Taurus, it's Mary with Seer. How the heck are ya? This is your weekly tarot. This is for October 24th through the 31st, 2019. And so today we're just going to see what kind of story wants to come out, whose story we need to tell the most. And so this could resonate all or in part. And this could be your story, Taurus, or the opposite parties. It is a general reading, and if you are interested in booking a reading, there's information in the description box, and you would just go to my website, sayreind.com, and you could just go to the tarot tab. And you could let me know if it will be pre-recorded video link to YouTube, unless you would like to Skype or video chat or phone, however, I'm pretty flexible. If you let me know ahead of time, that would be great. Okay, so here we go. There's something about the thought of lack that needs to be overcome. I've been getting this message for hours, and it's actually really upset my person, upset my energy. And so I'm not sure if that's what you're going through right now, but it is a state of mind. I notice that if I'm negative, you can see the cards better. If I'm in more of a negative spot, this is a little bit bright, so sorry. That if I'm a little bit negative spot, that it will actually just stop my flow of money. So if I'm worried, it'll just stop it. So we live in an abundant world. We do everything we can to bring it in, but money does come to us from unexpected places. Like little miracles happen all the time. So if you can remember how worthy you are, and it's never too late to change, it's never too late to do the right thing, it's never too late to say I'm sorry, it's never too late to love from your heart, it's never too late to release the pain, it's never too late to heal. Okay? Alright, so we're just going to talk about the cards that came out. I have the Seven of Wands. So this card, to me, we talk about, what am I defending? And what I have been battling or defending in the past. Is that something that I want to continue to do? Or maybe it might be one that's coming to the conclusion that what I thought was important and worth defending really wasn't. One more thing. It could be coming out of a defensive state, okay? Maybe putting down that wand and being a little more open to whatever you were closed off about, or one was closed off about. So, and then we have the Ten of Cups reversed. Well, this is, so, Taurus, this is kind of like, maybe somebody was closed off about that, their own part in an unhappy family situation. Maybe their contribution in a situation. Maybe the blame was just in one direction. Or, something like that. I'm not going to maybe that one again. Yeah. So, unhappy family situation. Or maybe not wanting to defend this unhappy situation anymore. Like, I can't keep defending this. I can't stay there. Something like that. And then this next card is a card about the past. It's a card of thinking about the past and thinking about good times and thinking about when we were kids, or maybe somebody you knew in the past. And it could be somebody like a soulmate card returning, somebody from the past returning. But it could be that the unhappiness is also like a reflection of the unhappiness in the two cards before versus what you knew as happiness, or your memories of it. It could even be the memories of the early part of this relationship, you know. Remember when we met and how in love we were and how open we were? You know, that kind of thing, kind of reminiscing. Okay, so the next card is a Hermit in reverse. Now, the Hermit in reverse talks about, well, it's not taking the time to separate oneself in order to reflect on one's, I don't know, their action and like cycles, okay? So here's an example. Okay, we all know somebody that goes, like they break up with somebody and they go from relationship to relationship to relationship, trying to find that perfect relationship, but don't take the time to wait and kind of heal or reflect on what really happened there. So the relationships, they carry a lot of stuff forward and it's never resolved. It just gets bigger and bigger and bigger until something happens where it has to be resolved, you know. So that's an example. Or, you know, a person that goes from job to job and really doesn't take responsibility to change the way they do things. They just keep going to a new place. Okay. So the Five of Wands and upright talks about, well, this is like competition. It's like people's opinions. Yeah, everybody's kind of battling there. It's about chaos. I'm not sure if somebody here kind of deals in chaos, does better in chaos, or uses chaos to their advantage. Maybe people that are kept off balance by chaotic situations are easier to manipulate. Just saying. That's why people tell you to get grounded all the time. Come back. Who are you? What do you know? That kind of thing. Don't let somebody shake you. Okay, so the last card in the row is Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles, well, it talks about protecting. It talks about protecting and not wanting to be open, and that could be it. But it also can be protecting oneself, one's words, one's body, and you know. The lineup of this right here says, well, it's kind of like based on what's been happening. If you're dealing with somebody that's running from relationship to relationship, maybe it's time to protect oneself from engaging with those kind of people. Maybe one should know other parties better. Maybe one should wait, build their own, and not look for somebody to fix things for them. Just a thought. Because it's just protecting your assets, your money, your body, your on and on and on and on energy. You know, it matters. At least to me it does. So you can let me know what you think. Okay, so we're going to talk about the Seven of Wands now. And this is, I don't know if I can defend this. I don't know if it's worth the, can I even get through this? Is it worth the battle here? And then there's somebody, well, we have the Queen of Wands here. So the Queen of Wands could mean that, well, this could be Taurus embodying this energy. Or it could be a third party. It could be a third party that somebody is in or went to after the relationship that is no longer working out. Is it worth fighting for this third party that I saw as this seductress, this siren, this beautiful, exotic woman, creative woman? Is it worth the struggle? Now, it could also be Taurus, or somebody Taurus knows that's leveling up and having more confidence, where you feel like you're the beautiful woman or man. It's a feminine energy there, but, where you feel confident and that you can do anything, and yeah. Then we have the Magician, and that's possible, because the Magician, well, he's got all of the elements, and he is starting to understand that he's a creator in his life, that he can manifest his heart's desires, and it's a realization, possible realization of understanding that your life is actually your own manifestation anyway. So that's where, by learning the lessons, you realize how to show up differently, or to look for different things, or to be more discerning, and what kind of people you allow around you, what kind of job, what kind of life. Because everything we do has consequences, right? So the magician is body, mind, and spirit. When you're grounded, you make better decisions. Remember I said when you're off balance, you're easier to manipulate. So this is having the realization to say, I got more control that I might realize that I previously realized. Okay? All right. And then we have the Empress. So this is, the Empress reversed is, well, it's somebody that's not nurturing. It's somebody that's not. Let me pull another card. Because the Empress is all the queens, okay? So when she's reversed, she could be any negative, any less positive trait of the queens. But one thing she's not is probably independent. She's probably not independent, as she could be more not financially as independent, and not very nurturing. But she could be any of those other ones reversed. So I'm just going to pull another card here. The Fool. So we have the, okay. So this is kind of telling me here that one does no longer wants to fight or wants to battle, move forward. It's kind of like somebody doesn't want to pick the same type of people, okay? Because they realize the same kind of people may be creating the same results. So you get the same person, only a different name, right? But the other stuff is the same. And that would make sense because a lot of times we tend to pick what we know. And Taurus is that kind of sign that doesn't really like change a lot, you know. Even if it's not happy, they have a hard time with that change, you know. And that every trait has good and, you know, positive and not so positive results, you know, energies to it. So then the Magician says, I don't want to make the same mistakes in choosing somebody that's not balanced, somebody that's not in their own power. They may present like an empress and seem like they have everything, but they don't, okay? So that's what it seems like, that they show up really well, and they're very alluring like this, but in the end they're not what they appear to be, right? So somebody's reflecting and saying, I don't want to make those mistakes anymore. One more card there. That took a little bit of working on there. Okay, then we have the Hanging Man, because this is well, it's kind of it's saying that there's a party here that is not able to see things from another view. That either in the past, Taurus, you couldn't see the other side, the other view, what was really going on here. So it's hard to change something if you can't look at something from a different point of view. And this, you may still be struggling with this. But you know that there's something you're doing too. You just don't know how to change that view. Does that make sense? Okay. What do you mean I can't change the way I look at it? I know. I went through that too. They kept getting those in my readings. I was like, what does that mean? And eventually you figure it out once you change your point of view. Sorry. It's such a cycle, you know, a circle of craziness sometimes. But it's all part of the deal, you know, what we signed up for. Life. So, anyway, what are you going to do if you can't laugh sometimes? So the Ten of Cups, we're talking about a not happy family, you know, but it is the end of the cycle. So the Two of Swords talks about, well, you know, Swords is about truth. It's about information. But it's about finally making a decision about the unhappiness. But she still has a blindfold on, and she still maybe this person really doesn't know a lot about the truth, but a decision had to be made. Does that make sense? A decision, because this is Nine of Cups. Reverse, it's not that. It is like the Wish card, but reverse now, it's not the Wish card. And sometimes this can indicate, a lot of cups can indicate there might be overindulgence. There might be some addiction or drinking. So we'll keep going on that. So this was not, even though a decision had to be made, it wasn't clear what was really here. There were some illusions. And the Magician can indicate some illusions also. Sorry about that, Taurus. I had to go get my coffee. And I forgot to put food away. I just got back to the store and said, I gotta do Taurus. Okay. So, we're talking about the Ten of Cups and the end of that cycle, the unhappy family. Talking about a decision had to be made even though the information wasn't clear. The truth wasn't really clear. We talked about the wish did not come true. And then we have the Queen of Cups that's reversed now. This queen is about emotional, not being really in balance with one's emotions. So this could be somebody that can be vindictive, very emotionally manipulating. Yeah, very emotionally manipulating. Could play one against the other. Yeah. Yeah. Let me pull another card. There's a lot of scenarios that are going through, and I know multiple people watch this. But playing one person against the other, I'll tell you what I have. That vindictive thing, it's almost like they kind of sit and think about things, ways to manipulate people. And they do it like with this smooth. It might taken you a while to realize what they were doing, because it kind of schmooze and seem like they're really nice while they're doing it. It's quite a skill. Okay, so next I have the Hierophant, and this is, the Hierophant I think is a Taurus card. This is about stability, and it's about like systems, political, marriage, religion, also about spiritual guidance. This is like some kind of church leader, right? So it has so we had this person that appeared to be like an empress, right? But like showed up that way but wasn't. Somebody that was emotionally manipulating, where you couldn't be happy. I mean, it couldn't see the truth. The truth was not obvious, can't see the truth. And then you have this Hierophant. So it's like I went down this road, I tried to do it the right way, and this is what I got. I tried to do slow and steady wins a race. But I still got this. I tried to do the right thing. Right, Taurus? What you thought was the right thing. What you know is that the systems in place, what somebody said we need to do for happiness. That's what it is, right? Okay, so as a child, reminiscing as a child, how I felt as a child, the relationships I had as a child, the happiness I had as a child. Somebody from the past. Seven of Pentacles. Somebody that I wanted to build something with. And this is like, I want to build something with, but it's also kind of bored of building it. Like, oh God, this tree, we got to wait for this tree to bloom, and then first it's got to grow, it's got to go from a little bitty seed to a little, and then once it gets bigger and to bear fruit. Oh, this takes so long, and Am I in the right pasture? Is this really my tree? That kind of thing, right? And then we have the Five of Pentacles. So something happened here. Oh, I see. I see. So when this was going on, somebody was thinking about the times they made not so good decisions in the past, the times that they had other relationships and had loss, and how they didn't want to do it this time. Five of Pentacles reversed. And let's get another card. Because I hear something that maybe somebody's wondering if they should have walked away from whatever they walked away from. And it doesn't feel like this is the same thing. It kind of feels like this is something else. Like there's a reflection on something else. Or if it is the same one, then it could be, here I was building, so that the past we have, and I realized I couldn't build this and need to walk away. So you can let me know which one it is, because it definitely could be either one. Because this is kind of, well, it's just messages. And then there's the Knight of Swords that comes in, and the truth is spoken, or the truth is said, or the truth is revealed. And finally, the truth. And the truth comes in because the Knight of Swords is a fast knight. And he rides in, and the truth is spoken, all crap goes flying everywhere. And then the knight rides out. And this could be actually an air sign, or somebody embodying, somebody coming in and going, well, blah, 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 blah. And you go, shoot. Try not to curse. That's true. And now, where am I? Information. So let's find out about that information. But somehow that causes chaos, right? We have the Hermit reversed. The Emperor's upside down now. This is probably you. So the Empress was a counterpart. The Emperor's upside down. Embodying the Emperor energy. God, I really thought I was an Emperor here. Now I realize that maybe I wasn't showing up right. Maybe I wasn't acting as regal or as royal as I pretended to be. Maybe I'm not showing up as I presented. Right? Two of Pentacles says, maybe the stuff I was juggling in my head, I didn't make the right choice. This is, Two of Pentacles is juggling relationships, kitty cats, jobs, money, bills. Could be juggling ways of your own thoughts, paths you need to take. But it's usually something more tangible. Money, relationships, businesses, jobs, people. Okay? So, reverse. Maybe I shouldn't juggle that. Maybe I shouldn't have juggled that. Maybe I should have been more honest. Maybe, wait, there's more. Maybe. The Queen of Swords is about truth. It's about somebody that's, well, she's been through a lot and she can see the truth. Maybe I should have told the truth. Maybe I should have asked the right questions. Maybe I should look deeper. Maybe I shouldn't have bothered with somebody when I knew that it wasn't true, it wasn't real. Maybe I should have been standing in my power, not giving it away. Maybe I should have picked the Queen of Swords. That could be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Feminine energy doesn't have to be. But this woman she is pretty much what she looks like, what she shows up as. There's not, unless she shows up reversed, and then you'll know it because you'll see it, because she shows it. That's the way she is. What, baby? What? What? She's going to be naughty. She has that on her face. Anyway, so maybe I should have chosen somebody more in the truth instead of this person that's just pulling me. Goodness, just a moment. Sorry about that, Taurus. My cat, she goes out like a dog does, so she has to tell me when she wants to go out. People don't believe I do that in my cat stove. We have emergency box. That's it. They never use it. Okay, so we were talking about the Queen of Swords, and so it kind of feels like maybe somebody realized that maybe they had another option in the past. Okay, maybe that's what they were reflecting on. There was this person they knew, and she's just the way she showed up as. Now, this woman is beautiful. I mean, I don't think this woman lacked in beauty, but I think she might have been different. She wasn't this alluring. This to me is like, and then with this card afterwards, it's kind of like somebody was wearing a mask, big time. And it took a little while for that. She might have presented herself as the Empress, saying, "Oh, I'm the one you're supposed to have, not her." So if it was a third party thing, this person, well, this kind of feels like she might have pulled him from the Queen of Swords. And you know what? You know what a Queen of Swords will do? You go right ahead, buddy. That's what you want. You go get it. Because the Queen of Swords knows who she is. She's not going to compete with anybody. She's just not. She doesn't want anybody that she's not enough for. Anyone that doesn't know that they want her, they're not worth her time. And that, that's just the way the Queen of Swords is. Because she doesn't play those games. Now, in retrospect, wouldn't you rather have somebody like that than somebody that's wearing a mask and you don't even know who they're going to be when that comes off, right? So, Knight of Wands says, should have fought for it. I should have defended that. The Sun card reverse says, it's about not being successful, not seeing the truth, not being able to walk in the sun, and so I'm not sure why you couldn't see it, but it feels like it was one of your really big, big lessons. And I don't know if that's a pattern you had of three parties, or thinking that the grass was greener on the other side. Going from one person to another for the bigger, better deal. That was part of, what we talked about here. So Five of Wands is about, oh my gosh, this turmoil in my head, my own voices saying, why didn't you do this? And I listened to other people, and okay, wow, I'm going through some stuff because of what I realized when the Page of Swords swooped in with that truth. Ten of Pentacles reverse says, this thing, this legacy, what I thought I was building, it's not good. Legacy is what have you built in your life? What are you leaving behind? It doesn't look like it's good, and there's a realization there. Somebody realizes that whatever it was, the family, the whatever, there's something there that isn't what you thought it was. I'm just looking at this. There's a squirrel on here. Or it's a beaver. I don't know if you can see that beaver. He's right there. Anyway, yeah. But that's the end of the cycle too. Okay, then we have the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands talks about, well, I've got no communication. I can't move forward. I can't even move. No forward movement, no swift movement. Judgment card says, that was the right answer. Judgment says, I don't think you got to worry about repeating this pattern now because you got it. This was a lesson. It was a lesson that you chose with your ego over your heart. Somebody did, whether it's you, Taurus, or the other person. Somebody chose with their head and their ego instead of their heart. Okay, and their balance. That's a tough one. And now that you know it, it's causing a lot of anxiety. and you still feel like you're blind. How could I have been so blind, right? Well, a lot of it is that conditioning, the family, the commercials, the blah, blah, blah. That love doesn't matter. Or, things matter. Love doesn't matter. Truth doesn't matter. The voices in your head, the people you allow to come in between your relationship. All right, so let's talk about wanting to build a solid foundation now. Wanting to protect your heart. Protecting your heart, maybe it's because it was protecting it too much, but this is also being able to build and being careful with your heart. Three of Cups, reverse. And also, it looks like there's been some overindulgence. We talked about maybe some drinking or overindulgence, some addictive behavior. Here it is again. When this is reversed, it talks about overindulgence. It talks about addiction, and it talks about I don't know if you have a tendency to third party more when you're actively in an addiction cycle, but that's kind of the way that feels. Okay, King of Wands. So this is, this is the passionate guy as a king and not controlling his passion. Or he has absolutely no compassion or no passion. Oh, no compassion. You had no compassion for this person, did you? Man, I don't even want to say what's in my head right now. It kind of feels like you tried to take her out. Something about you didn't want to hear the truth. So you just punished her. Yep, your ego. There it is. Isn't that beautiful? You're going, no, no, no. And there it is. There it is. This is winning the battle because of your ego. Well, and the thing is, it doesn't look like you felt like you won now, does it? Somebody won, and that would be the devil. Whatever you want to call the devil, the ego, obsession, whatever. Yeah, devil won, but he also conquered you, didn't he? Or whoever I'm talking about here. So 3 of Wands says, well, yeah, your ships are not going to come in. You're not going to get rewards on this one. And you know that. But you can have a new start. Ace of Pentacles says, there is a new start here for you. But based on this old energy, no, that's over. That's over. That's over. So, Ace of Pentacles says, there is a promise from the divine that there can be a new start. There can be abundance. There can be a new life, I think you know the answer, Taurus. This is going way long. I'm sorry. It's going to take forever to upload. Okay. And you know the answer. I'm not going to say it because you know it. But let's see what the cards say. This is a enchanted map. Oracle. Spark. Okay. I can't remember if it came out reversed. I think it did. Yeah, it did because I put it, Spark, because I'm showing it too. Spark. Whew, that was close. Spark says, reversed, says, it's a 34 also. Well, trying to make someone wrong and crushing them and putting out their spark. Well, it doesn't say that, but it says that somebody was crushed and somebody tried to put out their spark. It also says that other people try to put out your spark. And are we able to see it from a different point of view now? Are we able to get that hangman's view now? Because somebody's been served by the divine so they could see the other point of view that they were trying to show you. Or somebody. Because this says, when somebody's trying to put your spark out, don't let that, just move on. Release them, forgive them, if you can. Because somebody else will see your spark, and there's always another opportunity. That's probably what this Queen of Swords had to do. She had to move on, because she knows about the spark. She's not going to let anybody put out her spark. Doesn't matter how much somebody tries to. It's not going to work. Not with her. Not with her. So, this is a do-over in your life. And this is actually, you get to rebuild yourself. I imagine she probably had to. Okay. We have Metamorphosis. And you've been fighting the change. Metamorphosis is like the death card, the change. It's not going to work. You're not going to be allowed to. You're going to get more loss. But there's a promise of abundance here. If you just allow the process and allow the change of you. And it looks like you're getting there. Looks like you're getting there. I see some realizations. And it's tough. Because somehow I think you thought that she won this way. I don't think she won. I think everybody lost. Don't you? I think we got to stop thinking about winners and losers. I think we can all win. Why not? Why not you? Why not her? Why not us? Right? So, going with the flow. God, higher self, spirit, universe has a way of taking us down when we won't look at things ourselves. So, love you guys. I do see progress. We're all making progress. We're all hit our walls. And you're beautiful. Take care.